Morning everyone. Right, before you start watching the video, my video, make sure you have watched the video clip that I've attached to the assignment, because that's what our learning is going to be based on. And our plot point today is the girl looking back on the train. Okay, so we saw yesterday what happened with the kiss on the paper and Malcolm's heart all aflutter. And then today, he's missed his opportunity, hasn't he? The girl's on the train, he's still on the platform, she's looking back, and now he's got to go to work. So we're going to start off our first chunk. I've put this as a -8, by the way, on our emotions map, because I think it's a definite character low for him. So our first chunk, we're looking at feelings and punctuation. So I want some positive emotions that include quantities. Now, what I mean by this, I've given you some examples. A sprinkle of promise, a glimmer of hope. You might have a surge of joy. So pause, give yourself a couple of minutes to do some jottings and come back to me. I'm going to put extra pauses in this so we can really focus on our learning. So off you go and do that, and then come back. Okay, hopefully you have got some more positive emotions now, including these quantities. So our first sentence, I want to include 3 quantities of emotion in my writing. And we're also looking at punctuation. I'm going to introduce them with a colon. So we're going to start off with the lady on the train. As she looked back, she might have been looking at anything, might she? As she gazed back, give that impression that she's feeling a little bit sad as well. As she gazed back, he felt, and I'm going to start with these quantities straight away. He's going to feel a flurry of emotions. Okay, we had those flurries of snow over the weekend, didn't we? Flurry of emotions. Now I'm going to introduce a bit of a list with my colon. Notice the size of it. It's smaller than my letter and it's next to it. And I'm going to use a glimmer of hope. I'm going to separate the items in my list with semicolons, and I want 3. I'm going to have a flutter of excitement. And my final one, I'm going to have a surge of joy. Perhaps he's realising that she might be having these feelings towards him as well. So you're now going to write a very similar sentence, including your 3 quantities of emotions, introduced by the colon after a main clause and separated by semicolons. Give yourself 5 minutes. Off you go. See you in a minute. Right, I'm sure you've written me some amazing sentences there, and now you're ready for chunk 2. So in this one, we're going to be looking at using repetition for effect. And this is a technique that we use quite frequently. So this time, Malcolm's missed his opportunity, hasn't he? She's gone, she's on the train, he's not on the train, oh dear. So I want some verbs to indicate that he has missed his opportunity, okay? So I've got missed and lost. You're going to pause for a couple of minutes and see what else you can come up with. They might even be small phrases or clauses. It had escaped him, things like that. So come back in a second. Okay, you've got your words now. Let's put them into a sentence. Now, repetition. It's going to be more than one sentence because I'm going to be repeating myself and building on what I've previously written, okay? And I'm going to start off, and I'm going to do something that I always say you should not do. Okay, so I'm being a bit of a rebel here. I'm going to start a sentence with but. But I am going to tell you it's not grammatically 100% correct. However, we're using it for effect here. It's the start of a new paragraph, or rather a new chunk. We're going to use it for effect. Our previous chunk would have lost its impact if we'd have then put a but and carried on and on and on and on. Okay, but I'm going to say Malcolm had, and I'm just going to use missed, go for the simple one. Remember, missed is a synonym. This is a verb that has happened, so it ends in ed. The other mist that rises from the fields is mist. But Malcolm had missed his moment. See what I did there? I've got a little bit of alliteration in. Missed his moment. Malcolm, I'm repeating, had missed his chance to talk to her. And finally, he's still standing on the platform and she's on the train. Malcolm had missed his train. So we've got three very, very simple sentences there. But Malcolm had missed his moment. Malcolm had missed his chance to talk to her. Malcolm had missed his train. Okay, your turn. 3-sentence structure, very similar to that, repeating the same verb. So missed, missed, missed. Yours might be a different verb that you choose to use, but I want you to emphasise his missed opportunity. Give yourself 5 minutes or so and come back to me for the final chunk. Okay, chunk 3, and we are looking at a one-word starter for our sentence. We're going to make sure that we don't revert back to having subject verb at the start. Malcolm did, Malcolm thought, Malcolm said. The train left, she did, the paper slapped her in the face. Okay, we're moving away from that. So we're having a one-word starter. And I want some powerful words that show Malcolm's state of mind. So these are going to be adjectives, and this is how we're going to be starting our sentence. So I've started you off, dejected, mortified. What else can you come up with? How is he feeling? They're generally going to be ED words. 2 minutes. See you in a minute. And our last bit of jotting. He goes to work. He kind of wanders aimlessly into the office. I want a bank of adverbs to describe how he walked. Okay, so wretchedly, dolefully, might just be gloomily. So you can see this time they're generally the LYs, the Lee words. So have 2 minutes. This is the last bit of jotting for today. Off you go. Right, my final model sentence for you. Remember I said I was going to start with one of these powerful adjectives describing Malcolm's state of mind, and I'm going to start with heartbroken. And I need a comma because it is a fronted adverbial. Malcolm walked. How is he going to walk towards his office? He doesn't really want to go, does he? Reluctantly. Towards his office. Okay, Your turn for your last chunk. You're going to build a sentence with a powerful one-word starter and a powerful adverb for Malcolm's manner of walking. You've got my model. When you've done that, make sure you read back through your entire paragraph. Make sure you're happy with it. Do any editing that's required, and I look forward to reading it later. See you guys. Bye-bye.